Hi everyone. So welcome to the session. Today we will be discussing some few important questions which are very useful for your project management interviews. First question is, according to you, according to you, what are the competencies? What are the competencies required to be a project manager? To be a project manager. So, answer to this will be, see, there are many desirable skills for a project manager. Like you can say leadership skill, and you can have a project manager can have negotiation skill. A project manager can have a problem solving skill. A strong communication skill is very, very important. Team management skills. Team management skills. So these are top most skills which are required by a project manager. If you want to be a project manager, you should have these competencies inside you. So and over the years, you have to build and edge these competencies. So, but you can also add in this that PMI has given a nice project manager talent triangle. So in this triangle, if I write side 1, side 2, side 3, first competency or talent you can say is business acumen. Business acumen. So if you consider it as a business acumen, means the project manager should have an understanding of industrial trends and practices, current trends and practices, which is going to affect the business goals. Because you know that project manager roles and responsibilities are not only to manage the project, but align the project goals and vision to the business goals. So that is why business acumen skills should be there in the project manager. Second skill in the project manager should be, according to the PMI talent triangle, is leadership. Okay. So leadership is also known as power and skills. Power and skills. So here, leadership quality means a project manager should be able to coach, mentor, groom the team. Okay. So leadership quality is the very important quality. And the third and very important quality, which is given by the given in the talent triangle, is ways of working. So ways of working is basically this deals with domain knowledge. How much a project manager knows the project management techniques, how he uses it and integrate it to maintain the project success or to achieve a project success and achieve a better business goal. So this is all about the competencies required by a project manager. So now let's move to the second question. Question 2. So question 2 is, what is the significance of assumption log? So assumption log is a project document which is obtained after execution of the project. Okay. So after you execute or while you are executing, your team prepares a assumption log. Okay. Updates assumption log. So basically assumption log is format is there in every company for assumption log. So it is a document which tracks and documents the assumption and constraint of a project. So you can see the format of the assumption log can be, I can show you a very good format. So here on the screen, you can see the format of assumption log. So as I explained, the assumption log is a document which the project manager and team uses to capture, document and track assumptions throughout the project life cycle. Okay. So when the team is executing or before the execution also, if there is any assumption which is attached to a project, that assumption is written in the assumption log. So it has different columns. You can see this is a sample template. So yes, so here you have the ID. Here you have the category. So if the assumption is related to design module, you can write category as design module. If it is related to resources, you can write resources. Now you have to explain your assumptions here. So assumption here you can see is team can use the current design software to meet the project need. So my first assumption is that the current software which is there in the company that can be used further for the new project. This is my assumption. That will be fit, a good fit for the new project. Okay. So responsibility for this assumption goes to John. If you want, you can also write here designation if John is a project manager or senior project manager or a team lead or a coder or tester, whatever. And due date you can write when the assumption was raised. You can also write the status, it is open. And action, you can write that design head is currently verifying the use case of existing design software to meet the customer demand, right? Then you have the second category. I have given a second example. If you can also have assumptions regarding resources. So here you can, first assumption here in the resources category is office infrastructure is enough to support the additional employees hired for the project. So whatever is the office infrastructure, that is good to support the current project needs, because in the current project, whatever people we are hiring, they will get enough infrastructure. So we don't have to arrange extra infrastructure for the new project. This is the assumption. And responsibility for this assumption was given to Smith. Due date was 2010-2023, and the status is closed. He has done prior to it. So yeah, the verification has been done. Operation head has verified the capacity. So operation head has verified the capacity. Okay. So like that, this is a format, a good format of a assumption log. So hope it is clear to you what is assumption log. So significance, again coming back to significance, is it helps the project manager to daily track the assumption. Because see, every day when your team is executing or when you are in a planning phase, you are going to write all the assumptions, right? And to track whether what is the status of that assumption, you have to maintain an assumption log. Okay. So let's move on to our next question. That is question 3. Question 3rd. So question 3rd is, you can be asked this question very frequently in your interviews. How do you prioritize your task? How do you prioritize your task? This is a very interesting and you can also say common question. Because why it is very common? Because schedule management and organization is a key role of a project manager, right? So this is a very important question. So I'll tell you how to answer this. See, it can be done in various steps. Prioritization of task. So step one here to prioritize is you will make the list of the task. List of the task. Whatever you have to do in the project, whatever task you have to do in the project to achieve the project objective is a task, so that you have to list the task. Step 2 is you can use or you can prioritize after creating the list. You can prioritize you can prioritize the task by using Eisenhower matrix. Eisenhower matrix. So Eisenhower matrix, how you will prioritize? See, I'm going to give you a format of Eisenhower matrix. So Eisenhower matrix is a very important grid method to prioritize your task. Okay. So this is a grid method. So you can write here. So on this side, we can write important, not important. This side you can write urgent, and this side you can write not urgent. So whatever task which is urgent and important that you have to do, right? No option. You have to immediately do those tasks. So you can list all the tasks here, which is urgent and important. Next, urgent, important, and not urgent. Important and not urgent. It is important but not urgent. So these in this category you can place those tasks which does not have a timeline or deadline, right? But they will have in near future. So you can decide a timeline for it, or decide a date for it, and you can list all the tasks here which is not urgent but important. Then next is urgent and not important. So here, this box will be basically urgent and not important. So urgent and not important can be delegated because this does not require specific your skill set. So you can find any person who can do this very effectively and precisely, and you can very well delegate the task. Okay. So next, I would say, okay. So next we can again take not urgent and not important. So this can be, you can either delete the task or you can keep these tasks in your backlogs until the priority changes. So this is how you prioritize your work. You categorize your work on the basis of urgent, important, not important, or not urgent. So this is a very nice grid method. And this grid method is used as step 2. Now, once you know which tasks are urgent, it is very easy for you to go to the next step. You can book your calendars, book, or you can set your calendars accordingly. And you can also inform if some stakeholders are involved in the task, you can also inform the relevant stakeholder. So this is question 3. I hope you enjoyed this question 3 and this was interesting.
Thank you for watching. Switch from non-IT to IT today. Explore www.thinkcloudly.com.